Thinking about moving to Central Jersey, but you're not sure if Monmouth or Ocean County is the right fit for you? Both of them offer plenty of beautiful beaches, great communities, and an awesome lifestyle, but they are definitely different. So on today's video, we're going to cover the differences between Monmouth and Ocean County and which one might be better for you. Before we get into it though, if it is your first time to the channel, my name is Steve McCutcheon and I'm a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway. And on the Live in Central Jersey channel, we cover everything related to the Central Jersey real estate market. So if you're the first one to know what's going on in either Monmouth or Ocean County real estate, feel free to click the bell, hit the subscribe button. Let's get this video started. The first thing to check off is going to be the location. And as you can see, Monmouth County is going to be located in the central part of New Jersey, but also off to the east because it's going to be the first county that starts the Jersey Shore. We have about roughly 130, 140 miles of coastline here in Jersey, and Sandy Hook is the most northern part in Monmouth County. Now, it also is going to offer you a couple different options in terms of lifestyle. So you're going to have suburban areas, city atmosphere, and Jersey Shore, like we just talked about. The city atmosphere, you're going to have towns like Asbury Park, Red Bank, or Long Branch. They kind of give you that New York style vibe to it, but a little bit different at the same time. Further south is going to be Ocean County, and I say it has more of a relaxed lifestyle to it. So you're going to come along a lot more people living on the waterfront where they have maybe a boat, they like to going out to go and fishing, a lot more reserved land, so you can go into different nature and parks and go hiking, camping, like that kind of thing. So I would say it's a little bit different. You're not going to find any really city lifestyle like you have up in Monmouth with Asbury, Red Bank, like we just mentioned. So just a little bit overall slower pace of life. You have a little bit more adult communities in the area. We'll get to that later on in the video, but just kind of a little bit of differences there. Next up is the commute to work. And if you already don't live in or work in New Jersey, a lot of the times people will live in Monmouth County because they like commuting into New York City, and it's very accessible because you have a couple different options between driving yourself, taking the bus, train, or even the ferry, depending on where you're located exactly. So that just gives people a couple different options. I would say your average commute from Monmouth County into New York City is going to be between 60 and 90 minutes. And also, I would say it's a little easier to get to Philly with Ocean County. We'll get to that in a second, but there are some parts of Monmouth County you can also get into Philadelphia, whereas the time frames will vary a little bit, but maybe like the more southern part close to Route 195, you could also do about a 60 to 90 minute commute over there. Heading on into Ocean County, it's going to be a little less commuter friendly. Most of your commutes will probably take about 90 minutes plus, and your only real options are going to be taking either the bus or just driving yourself. There are a few train routes, but they're only going to be located in Point Pleasant and Bay Head. So unless you're in those areas already, you're more likely than not either driving or just, like I said, taking the bus there. The bus is probably your best option though from a public transportation perspective because they usually have a faster lane and they can get into the city relatively close to that 90-minute mark. Versus if you're commuting yourself, you probably get stuck in a little bit more traffic, and it's all going to really depend from there. I live in the most northern part of Brick, and it probably take me about an hour and a half to get to my destination in New York City. And you also have to take into account where you're going to be dropped off at. So for instance, if you want to get to Port Authority or you want to get to the Wall Street District, you might have different buses to take, because otherwise if you take one to Port Authority but you really have to work in Wall Street, you're going to have to take a subway anyway, so it kind of messes with your commute there. Philadelphia wise, I would say it's a little easier to get to, or a little bit faster from Ocean County. Also depends on kind of where you're at, but you have Route 195, Route 70, and some other roadways that can get you out west there. Then heading into the cost of living, Monmouth County is going to be more expensive than Ocean County is. So it's going to be on a couple different perspectives. So mostly home prices and property taxes as well. So with home prices, the median sales price for a house over in Monmouth County right now is going to be about $670,000 to $680,000. And then for Ocean County, it's going to be about $450,000. If you look on a national perspective, it's about $420,000 to $425,000, depending on which website you might look at. So Ocean County is much closer to the mean for the entire country versus Monmouth County, which is an extra almost $300,000 more expensive. So I would say Monmouth County is going to offer you a little bit of everything. So between condos and townhomes, single families, beachfront properties, you'll find adult communities, and the same thing with Ocean County too. The adult community population in Ocean will probably be a little bit bigger, and you find better prices on there too. So you can find anything from a like $60,000 to $70,000 co-op all the way up to, a more luxury place, $600,000, $700,000 single family. So it really all depends on what you're kind of looking for, but they're both going to offer roughly the same thing. It's just going to be different price points and property taxes wise too. Property taxes in Monmouth much higher than they're going to be in Ocean County. Moving on to schools and education, Monmouth County typically ranks higher in most areas for this versus going to be schools in Ocean County. And that's not to mean every single school in Monmouth is going to be better in Ocean. That's not true. But overall as a whole, yes, they're going to rank higher for public schools than in Ocean County. Now, as we just spoke about with the property taxes and home prices, it sounds like a lot more funding is going to be going into the schools in Monmouth County versus going into Ocean. So obviously that would make sense, right? There's two different websites you can mainly use to check your rankings on different townships, and that's going to be niche.com or greatschools.org. Those are pretty much the top two in our area that help you be able to find which schools you might be looking forward to. If you were to go into Ocean County, I would say the best schools are going to be between about Brick, Toms River, and then definitely the Point Pleasant area. They're going to have either two best or first and third best school districts here in Monmouth or in Ocean County in general. So overall, the more northern you stay in Ocean County is going to be a little bit better. It's also, again, a higher population, bigger school districts, so they're probably going to have a little bit more funding versus some other areas in Ocean County. The nightlife and entertainment is going to be point number 5. I would say Monmouth County is going to be more geared towards a younger demographic here. So you're going to have towns like Belmar, Asbury, where else? You're going to have Long Branch, Red Bank, and it's going to give you more bars, nightclubs, and that kind of vibe versus Ocean County is not going to have as many of them. It still does, but not nearly as much as, I guess, Monmouth County would. Asbury is also going to have an incredible live music scene, the Stone Pony, legendary spot. You're going to have Bruce Springsteen. They do summer concerts over on the beach. Then if you want to head into Homedale, they have PNC Bank Arts Center, which is about like a 18,000 seat open arena. So they have different big names all year round, or not all year round, but during the warmer months there too. So there's a little bit more, I think, going on in terms of that aspect for Monmouth County. But on the flip side with Ocean County, probably a little bit more family friendly, but you can go out to Jenkinson's bar and club over there is a nice spot to go to. Down to LBI, a bunch of different places. So there will be scattered throughout, but I think it's more like condensed in Monmouth County. Ocean County will give you more of the family friendly environment. So with Jenkinson's Boardwalk, they have the aquarium over there, mini golf, rides, arcade, same kind of vibe with Seaside Heights Boardwalk, a little bit there, not the aquarium though, but everything else pretty much the same. You can go outdoors more, a couple different state parks. You can go into plenty of different things on the water with boating, fishing. So just a little bit different of entertainment in there. But again, Monmouth County more geared to maybe that younger demographic versus Ocean County maybe a little bit more family friendly. When it comes to the shopping and dining options, Monmouth County and Ocean County both don't disappoint, but there might be a few differences to them. So let's just take dining, for instance, a little bit more upscale areas over in Monmouth County, whereas maybe in Ocean you can get a little bit more on the chain side of things, like your Applebee's, Outback Steakhouse, like that, those kind of restaurants. But they do still have quite a few different good spots too. Ironically, Spano's, which is located over in Point Pleasant, is one of my favorite restaurants to go. It's a small Italian-run family business, and I love supporting one of those kind of things. As soon as you sit down, the owner comes right out and offers you about 2 appetizers that he's working on for his menu. So it just kind of gives that overall vibe, and it's a nice thing to go. Whereas Monmouth County, you're probably going to get a little bit more of that, and then in different townships too, versus where Ocean County might be a little bit more, like I said, towards those chains. And then same thing kind of be said on the shopping side of things, where you're going to have those big box retailers like Costco, Target, Marshalls loaded up in the Ocean County area throughout, versus going into Monmouth County area, you might get a little bit more upscale with the Grove over in Shrewsbury, the shops over in Long Branch on Pier Village, and they have the Frio Raceway Mall, a couple different outlet shops up in Monmouth too. But either way, neither county disappoints in these aspects, but I would say Ocean County more geared towards a chain, bigger box retailers, and then Monmouth a little bit more independent, small business oriented. To sum us all up pretty much, Monmouth County, if you're looking to have an easier commute to New York City, maybe better school systems, want a better nightlife, that might be an area for you to go live, but you also have to be willing to pay for it at the same time. On the flip side of things, if you're going into Ocean County, it's a quieter lifestyle, cheaper, maybe if you want to retire down there, family oriented, that might be a better lifestyle for you. Either way, I don't think you're getting it wrong, but there's just 2 different options for you. So if you are looking to move to the area, the Central Jersey area, feel free to reach out. All my contact information is down low in the comments and description. So whether you're 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, even year out, doesn't matter to me. Let's just get you on the right path towards your real estate goals. And if you're looking to move to a different part of the Central Jersey area, check out 2 videos popping up in. Hopefully help out a little bit too. Have a great day.